I'm Mike Shrews,
And I'm Tivis,
and you're listening to
the Munster Cast.
episode 80, dudes. Yeah. Welcome back, everybody, to the MUNSTER CAST, the podcast where we watch and talk about the monsters. I am, of course, your host, Mike Shrews, here with my co-host and friend, Tivis. So, Tivis, please tell the world what's been up, dude.
I'm tired because we've saw 2 movies in theaters 2 days in a row. I'm not used to being up that late.
2 very bad movies in theaters.
No, one was actually enjoyable.
Wait, what was the other one you saw in theaters?
Mean Girls, the updated version.
Yeah, but what was the other one besides that?
Aquaman 2.
That's still in theaters?
Yeah.
I swear I own that already on disc, don't I?
No, but I believe you can buy it digital. That's why I was shocked it was still there.
Wow, it feels like it's been like a long time already since I went and saw it in theaters.
It was between that and Madam Web, and I didn't want to deal with the crowd still, so.
Understandable. All right. Real quick, guys, let's get into some dirty business. You can find the Munster Cast on all social media platforms. That is, well, not all, but on most social media platforms. That is Facebook, Instagram, and the Twitter, whatever the heck they call it now. I don't know.
Nah, Twitter's dead.
I have been posting on there just to keep everybody updated with the stuff.
Have you assigned a bot to do it?
Can I do that?
I mean, Podbean posts on there for us.
Yeah, Podbean does automatically. Yeah, that's right. All right. What else we got? You can also find the MUNSTERCast at youtube.com/@TheMunsterCast. There you get to see all of our videos, all of our pretty ugly faces and everything like that, including non-podcast related content. There is a whole playlist section there if you go over there, guys. You can also go over and visit TheMunsterCast.com, which is where you can find every single bit of our content there. Articles, audio, video, images. There's also even a tab on there for people that really want to just dive more into the Munsters Today. So it's an informational tab, and then there's a tab for each season is getting photos released as we are watching the episodes. So definitely check those out if you love the Munsters Today. And then when you're over there, you can also click a little microphone icon on the right hand side of the screen, I believe it is, and leave us a voice message, guys. Definitely do that. We will play it on the podcast. What are we doing?
This is the right.
Yeah, the right on my head. Yeah,
that was left.
Only to you. So definitely do that, guys. We'll be able to play those on the episode and everything else like that.
I annoy my wife with that. Anytime you got something stuck in your beard, and she'll like point to here. Yeah. So I naturally do the mirrored thing where I go exactly where it's on her face. She hates it.
I understand why. Are you sure she hates it or you?
Unclear at this point.
All right, and then while you're over there, you can also click on the merch tab, or just go over to themunstercast.com/merch and get an awesome shirt. And then everybody that is purchasing a shirt at this moment, we have a limited amount of keychains that we are giving away. Some MUNSTERcast keychains. If you look on the video, you see one in Tivis's microphone hanging up, and you will be able to get one of those awesome ones. All you have to do is take a photo of you wearing the shirt or the shirt with your collection if you don't want to share a photo of yourself, things like that, and just tag the MUNSTERcast on whichever social media platform that you post the picture to, and then we will contact you and send you off a keychain. Again, these are limited numbers, so definitely hurry up and do that if you guys want an awesome free keychain with it. what else have we got here, Tivis? You can email us at themunstercast@outlook.com, guys. That is themunstercast@outlook.com. There you can write us about any of your Munster related information that you want to tell us. Same thing goes for social media. You can contact us through the messengers there and let us know anything Munster related that you want. Let us know what you think of the show there and go on with your fun little lives of Munster stuff. If you want to send us fan fiction, if you want to talk about trying to get onto the show, possibly anything like that, is awesome and welcome there over at TheMunsterCast@outlook.com, guys. All right.
We also have a Patreon, which we pretty much just treat as a tip jar. But if you do throw us a couple bucks through there, you get access to, hang on. Sorry about that. You get access to our Discord, where we are trying to grow a community where people can talk about all of the Munsters without a bunch of a-holes telling you how much the newer stuff sucks and confuse the 90s Herman with Fred Gwynn in a photo just because it's black and white.
I'm kind of curious where you saw this because I didn't see that. I've been
No, it's our favorite Munsters group.
Uh,
I don't even know why I'm there anymore. But anyway, yeah, also as a bonus that is completely just for fun, so you guys can watch along with us, legally speaking, Universal release a box set. We are putting the Munsters Today on there so you can watch along with us as we go through the seasons.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
and
definitely.
Remember, if you really want a box set, social media's tag Universal. Annoy the hell out of them until they just do it to take our money and make us shut up. But what helps the show more than anything else is if you leave a review on, if your podcatcher allows you to, rate us. And again, as always, be honest in your reviews. Don't just be a dick or, kiss our butts. Let us know what we can improve, what you like from us. Because, that's the only way shows ever get better is actual constructive talk. Yeah. We were having fun the other day. Well, Myke was having fun going through some of our not so great comments left by people who clearly didn't even listen. But also telling a friend, family member, random stranger on the street, getting the word out there about us helps let people know about us. And also those comments, they really help with the iTunes algorithm to boost our numbers in the charts so more people can see us and make us more visible.
And that goes whether it's a good comment or bad comment, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, if you guys want to keep spamming us with terrible shit, do it. I mean, the rating hurts us, but
we actually had one comment on the podcast that I saw that was like for Viagra. It was literally a Viagra ad.
Oh yeah, they're doing that now.
In the comment section, I was like, wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And if you are watching this on YouTube, if you enjoy us, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. We don't say that too often, but
yeah,
shit, if you enjoy us, why lose us? You know how many channels I watch a video of? Good Mythical Morning. I watched one of their videos 2 years before I figured out what their channel was called.
Yeah. I've done that with multiple. Like, there's a bunch of wrestling channels I watch. I always forget which ones they are. So now lately I have been actually going and subscribing and shit like that. So.
Oh yeah. And also we got some, do we still have the deal going with Sticker Mule?
Yeah. So if you guys want to head over to themunstercast.com/sticker mule, that is an affiliate link, guys. You get 10% off your orders over at Sticker Mule there. And then we also will get a little kickback too from Sticker Mule. We don't get any cash or anything like that. We just get credit to use on Sticker Mule products for ourselves as well for the show. So that is themunstercast.com/sticker mule, MULE, and then the number 10. So swing on over there and get your free $10 on some merch. They usually offer actually really good stuff, especially like first time purchases. Like you get like X amount of stickers for like $10 or something. Yeah. So definitely check it out. They're great stickers. I have one on my microphone here still. I've been purchasing them for years. I even did a review on my personal channel, youtube.com/ at Myke Shrews, I think it is. And you can go over there, check out what I did for that little review. It was such a horrible review that I added Deadpool into the review to make it more entertaining for myself. Although everyone was telling me it was actually a pretty good review, and I was like, yeah, but the Deadpool thing made me laugh, so cool. I broke Tivis.
No, you just reminded me of high school. There was someone I went to school with who we had to do a paper. I can't remember the subject of the paper, but I think it was on a book. He literally gave up halfway through and just started putting lyrics to the theme song to that Will Smith show. Fuck.
Fresh Prince?
Fresh Prince, yeah.
Yeah.
And he even put a watermark of Billy Mays on his papers.
Nice.
Why? Who knows?
That's funny. Yeah. No, when I was editing the video for the review, I was just like, and I wasn't paid for the review or anything like that. But when I was editing the review, I was just like, this just reminds me of like every other product review. So let me add some stuff into the background, and it's basically just Deadpool shitting on me for the review.
30-second tangent, but how good does that third movie trailer look?
Deadpool 3, it looks fun. It looks expensive though. And I'm like, how much are they spending on this movie? Because the last two, even the second one wasn't nearly that much. So
yeah, but that's a different show.
Too much. Yeah,
called Operation Babel, not this one.
Deadpool universe jumps, so it doesn't matter.
What is going on?
You don't know.
Can you imagine Deadpool meeting the Munsters? That'd be weird. I was not coughing at all for weeks, and now all of a sudden that we're recording, it's just going to happen.
If Deadpool met Grandpa, do you think they would just go out and kill people together?
I think Grandpa would experiment on him because
yeah,
you have somebody who you could just recycle.
All right, Tivis, we are talking about what today?
Raging Hormones. Oh, I had to say the title today. All right.
And
that was normally your thing.
I would still like to point out, whenever I read this, I kept saying Raging Horror Moans because I just assumed it was going to be a pun, but nope. Tivis is dying over there, guys. He's coughing. He's having a coughing fit. Oh no. I don't know where he went. All right, guys. So we are talking about Raging Hormones, which aired October 21st, 1989. And I want to point out to everybody, and you, Tivis, since you're back, I just realized this week that these episodes aired on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Every episode. Yeah. How is this show not even more heard of if it was aired on Saturdays?
Can I just apologize to the audio listeners? Because I know Mike's going to use my audio for that. Even though I mute myself on the thing we record with, I'm recording my audio separately. So you're still going to get my nice coughs.
Oh, fun. All right.
I apologize.
I'm looking at the time, and maybe I'll find it and cut it out. All right.
So we got Raging Hormones, Season 2, Episode 3, 98th episode of Munsters overall, not including the specials or the pilot. Aired Saturday, October 21st, 1989, as you can read from the screen if you're watching audio or video. I'm all kerfuffled. This one, for the first time in a long time, we have new writer and new director. So this one was written by Jeffrey J.
It's funny that the episode is called It's funny. The episode's called "Raging Hormones," and it's on my wife's birthday.
Oh, really? That's you. I'm telling you, listeners. One of these days, we're going to be recording, and a fist is just going to come off screen.
Not when we record this early. Like, just so people understand, it's like 5 something in the morning right now while we're recording this episode.
Oh yeah. And I apologize in advance. We can't go through too many tangents. Myke is on a very strict schedule this morning.
Yeah, so let's actually get moving. Sorry.
So this was written by Jeffrey J. Sachs. One of those. This was his first writing credit. Or I'm sorry, his first writing credit was for 3 episodes of 9 to 5.
Okay.
He then moved on to an episode of Day by Day before landing Munsters Today. After he wrote that, he did 16 episodes of Saved by the Bell, also producing 31 of it. Wrote an episode
that
of
makes sense for this episode.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Wrote an episode of California Dreams. Never heard of that show. So if you have, let us know if it's good. He came back to write 22 episodes and produce 91 episodes of Saved by the Bell, the new class. Which kind of shocks me why people didn't care for that show, since they had the pretty much same creative team behind it.
Yeah.
Wrote 16 episodes of Hang Time. Wrote the teleplay and was a consulting producer for City Guys as his final credit. This one was directed. I almost said redirected by Scott Redman.
Okay.
This is his first of 6 episodes in this show, so we will see more of him.
Mm-hmm.
He started as an assistant to producers on 12 episodes of It's a Living. Moved on to a consultant of 7 episodes of Brothers, where he directed his first episode ever. He then went to direct Munsters and 22 episodes of What a Dummy. He then moved into writing. We will see his first credit actually later in this show, which is exciting. He wrote 3 episodes of What a Dummy, an episode of Silk Stalkers, the Blues Brothers animated series, 4 episodes of Police Academy, the series, where he went back to being a consultant for 17 of those, 2 episodes of Recess, an animated show that I loved as a kid, and the 2012 short, The Groovinians. Never seen it.
Okay. The Groovians?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this has 1 cast member listed, but as we know, IMDb
really?
sucks with that. Mm-hmm.
See, I so people know I don't really look at these because I like to be surprised when Tivis tells me these, but that's ridiculous.
Yeah, with how many kids are in this. We have Laura Mooney as Claudia. First credit is as young Mrs. Dempsey in the Kick the Can segment of Twilight Zone movie in 1983. Voiced Dimples in Potato Head Kids, which is a show I've never heard of, but sounds amazing. Voiced Mandy in Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. If you haven't seen the Chip 'n Dale live action, go see it. It's surprisingly good.
And they're not strippers.
Was in an episode of Murphy Brown, 4 episodes of Mr. Belvedere. Teresa Wilcox in Suburban Commando, 3 episodes of The Wonder Years, 8 episodes of Katie Kaboom in Animaniacs. Voiced the therapy cat lady in Soul, and that was a 22-year gap between Animaniacs and Soul. And it has
Soul,
16 credits, the Pixar film.
The new jazz one, right?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say it's new anymore. It's a couple years old, but yeah.
Yeah, my kid tried to watch that last night, and I said no because it's too depressing.
Yeah, it is. But altogether, she has 16 credits in her career listed.
Yeah. And I want to point out it's too depressing at certain points to watch because I have seen the movie
it will give you an
now.
Existential crisis.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially the older you get.
So synopsis time?
Synopsis time. Raging Hormones, which aired October 21st, as Tivis previously stated in 1989. Oh jeez. I just burped. Sorry guys.
Today is a mess.
On this episode of The Munsters Today, Eddie is going through the motions. Herman is trying to be the buddy parent, and Lily can't let go of her little baby werewolf. What happens when Eddie decides to become his own person and make self changes? What happens when Herman reads a book? What happens when a mother can't let go? Will chaos ensue? Find out on The Munsters Today.
All right, so we open with Lily coming in with a paper bag and the paper. She asks Herman, guess what I found out there? And her Grandpa says Jimmy Hoffa. And that makes me wonder, did Spot eat Jimmy?
Or did Grandpa kill Jimmy for...
So it turns out to be Eddie's clothes. Herman is concerned where Eddie is.
Eddie's clothes, his old purple outfit, which is telling me already this is an episode out of order. Motherfucker.
Oh, son of a bitch, it is.
You didn't realize that? As soon as it started, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Another one out of order. Motherfucker.
So Grandpa makes some kind of joke that I didn't write down, but Lily tells him this isn't a laughing matter. Her son is a nudist in class, dang it. Herman says it depends on the class. In Transylvania, the medical class used to buy tickets for his bod. Those were his words, not mine. He had a dream once that he came naked for show and tell even. So Herman is very into himself.
Hey, Grandpa's like, did she give you an incomplete?
And he has the biggest fit of giggles I've ever seen from this version of Grandpa.
Yeah.
Lily's not pleased at that joke, by the way. So Herman tells her it's not that serious. I mean, if he is streaking, yeah, that's pretty bad, but we all know he's not, so whatever.
Yeah.
Well, at least I hope at this point in the story.
Did you
Yes.
Did you notice the thing napkin holder?
No.
They have it on the table. It's
They have a new napkin holder. Ooh.
It's a hand. You didn't notice that?
No, it's not the two hands pressed together anymore.
It's one. Well, you only see one hand on the side, but it's holding napkins right now. So if you look at it, let me see if I can do this without giving away too much stuff. Boom. Move that there. Move those banners. There we go. You see it down there in the corner?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, those are napkin. Yeah, those are. Yeah. Oh, they're back.
But cool. It looks so realistic this time. It really popped out to me. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I didn't even notice those.
Yep.
I noticed something in the background later on, but
yeah.
So, yeah. Lily just wants to reunite her son with his clothes. Is there anything wrong with that?
Yes, they're ugly, Lily.
Yeah, well, yeah, but that is a hilarious statement.
Yeah.
So, we're at Eddie's school as a kid rides by on a skateboard. And immediately, as you said, I get Saved by the Bell vibes. Or like early Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the one hallway we see always.
In my notes, I actually wrote down that it's a very Boy Meets World-ish kind of thing going on here. So, yeah. But we get the inner monologue. Oh, geez.
Yeah, that's Eddie comes out in his leather jacket and an internal monologue. He doesn't like being a teen.
Yeah.
He has.
This is all coming out as we have like a kind of montage of the school days starting, the kids in the hallway, the kids being yelled at by the principals, skateboarding in school, which, yeah, you'd have got kicked out of school if you did that when I was in school. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, his thoughts are like, he decided he's into girls, which we already knew. His face is now a pizza. But most of all, he is becoming self-conscious of his looks, being the son of Frankenstein and all.
Yeah.
Which was an interesting comment. A girl compliments him and he lashes out before it registers what just happened, which is really sad. Like, dude, you need to work on your self-worth. So the bell rings and he bumps into the principal. I have here either teacher or principal, but we find out he's a principal.
It's the principal. Yep.
Yeah, the dude
And
asks. Oh, go ahead.
I was saying this is while he has an inner monologue of saying something about how he's a dork, and the principal's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "I'm a dork." It's just
The principal's just like, all right, sure.
it's almost like they made Eddie like ADHD right here, because like whatever he's thinking is what he says.
Yeah.
Which I feel you, Eddie, because I do the same thing, and it gets you in lots of trouble. So you should be careful.
It just reminds me of a few gags from Scrubs where, he's thinking something in his head is like, I should say that out loud.
Yeah.
Um,
My side is like, I probably shouldn't say that out loud. Oh God, it's coming out.
yeah, that's the later Scrubs. You still have the weird voice in your head? Kick her in the head and run. No. So
go on. The principal is like berating him basically.
He's like targeting Eddie at this point just because.
Yeah, for no reason. Maybe
Dude,
because he's like
paying
dressed
attention either.
he was like getting at, I'm assuming because he's dressed like Danny Zuko with the leather jacket and stuff.
Way to be friggin', judgmental.
Very.
So yeah, he's like, he gets a phone call and has to go, but he's like, I'm gonna keep an eye on you.
Yeah. And then Eddie's like, oh great, first day of high school. And the principal's already after me and stuff, and he leans up against this door.
And of course,
they just open the door. His ass
he falls
in, and the person literally just walks right over him.
Yeah, yeah, she doesn't care.
Fuck?
So as you can guess, the phone call is his mother about the clothing, and she is shocked to learn he's not naked.
Yep.
So now we're back to the school because there was not much else to that scene.
Yeah, there's not much going on there.
Eddie, by the way, Eddie has a theme song going on during all this. Like every time we cut to Eddie at school, we get the same song.
It's the school. It's like the school has like a soundtrack going into it.
Yeah. He's messing with his hair and turns the corner to see a girl he has a crush on, who he apparently threw up in second grade.
Yeah, how the hell was she alive when he was in second grade? Unless she is also a succubus. So, questions there, writers. It's almost like the writers. I was gonna put it in my synopsis, but I didn't. I was gonna be like, will the writers decide whether or not they remember the old fucking show? And the whole point of this show.
Yeah, the pilot of this show, the intro of this. Maybe that's why they got rid of the song, because they're just going to start ignoring it.
Maybe just get away from the whole time travel thing.
Yeah,
the whole premise of them being there.
We're no strangers to them ignoring continuity with the old show. It's just disappointing to see it in this one.
Ignore continuity. They can't even put the episodes out in order. What are you talking about?
They still have it. It's just out of order. So he says hi and she says it back, and he is immediately defensive and paranoid for no reason.
He technically could have been in second grade with her mom.
Yeah. She reminds him of the time he threw up on her in second grade, and then she thanks him for ruining that dress because she hated it and forcing her mom to throw it out. So he's.
I'm sorry, I'm getting like Captain America vibes here. It's like he's with Peggy. Now he's with Peggy's like little niece. I'm like, oh. Okay.
Yeah, that didn't screw her up or anything.
And not only did he go with her niece, then he went back in time just to be with Peggy because the young one wasn't good enough for him. Sorry.
So he gets the courage to ask her out. And she says yes, only to say, you're not going to wear that purple thing, are you? And he's like, that? No, I don't even know where that is. And
Yeah.
that the principal, I swear this is on purpose. He takes the perfect opportunity to embarrass him,
Mm-hmm.
saying, "Hey, your mom called asking why you're not wearing your lovely purple suit." Because it's not like him from around the corner or anything. He comes from he can see what's going on, so he did
Yeah.
this on purpose.
It's like walks up. I was like, oh, hey, there you are. Yeah.
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 So now we're back at home. Eddie's confiding in Marilyn, who is wearing some kind of gondolier outfit.
It reminds me of if you ever saw Benny and June. It was like a Johnny Depp, young Johnny Depp movie, but it reminds me of the outfit like Johnny Depp wore in that movie back in the day. It was like I want to say late 80s, early 90s was when the movie came out.
I'm
But yeah.
disappointed that the whole reason of the outfit is for a joke coming up that's definitely dated.
Or it's kind of like a Boy George outfit almost, isn't it?
I'm not the person to ask.
Yeah, it looks like a little like a Boy George-ish outfit.
But or an a cappella group.
Or just,
So
girls dressing in the 80s.
yeah, well, yeah. Eddie is he's confiding in Marilyn. He's worried the
Mhm.
girl will reject him if she finds out werewolf going through puberty. Like he is very self-aware in this episode.
Which this is also, I feel, the first verbal confirmation of
Confirmation.
Eddie as a werewolf,
Yeah, because
continuity-wise, because they talk about it in, like, Mockingbird Lane, but yeah.
even in the previous show, it was only in press releases.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, they never actually put it into the show in the original show.
mhm. Marilyn tells him girls are fickle.
Mhm.
He asks for advice, and she says to carry her books and buy a flea collar, which he does. He takes offense to, but then she
Yeah.
actually does help by telling him, "Look, just take her out to eat or to the movies, something fun that you can do together." Eddie then freaks out about eating near a girl. I growl between bites,
And
which
not
makes me
only that,
wonder.
he has to cut his nails, like, 3 times a day.
Yeah, with garden shears. Um, so yeah, I'm wondering at this point, how much dog-like behavior does Eddie have? Like, if someone tries to take his plate before he's done, is he gonna bite?
Yeah. Is he still wearing his necklace though? Because I know he's wearing a necklace in this scene here
I didn't
specifically,
notice.
but I couldn't tell if it was the same pendant that he always wore with his purple suit.
Maybe. Um,
Maybe that keeps him
but
werewolf
he.
form.
Well, no, we find out later. That only happens during full mood. Still, he says that he's worried that she only said yes because it's a mercy date, and she's like, "Well, that's not so bad." And he freaks out on her. But honestly, dude, no. It's really not that bad. Do you know how many guys surprise women because they just give them one chance?
Which
My wife made the stupid mistake of staying with me.
which is what you I mean, not that you should necessarily do that, but I mean that's all we really need is one
Yeah,
chance.
one chance. Yeah.
If we fuck up, we mess up, and then we go along our way, or you knock
Yeah.
them up, and then they're
No, that's not an answer. It's not a solution. Um, yeah, she asks if he's coming in, and he's like, calm down before they see me in these clothes. And she's like, I'll go in and talk. Inside, Lily's finishing an Oprah episode, and the next episode is Children Who Cross Dress. She is
you're cutting
which
out.
how
Hold,
wonderful our society has become.
hold on. Redo that because you're cutting out, dude. I can barely hear you.
Whoa, you just froze on my end.
Okay.
That was weird. Am I good now?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So, yeah. Inside, Lily's finishing an episode of Oprah.
Mhm.
Uh, the next episode is on children who cross-dress, and she's just happy not to have that problem at least. And thank God society has become way more accepting since this show aired. Like it's not as problematic as some of the original, but it's still very dated with the 80s and early 90s.
Well, I mean, after she says that line, one, I'm just happy she turned Oprah off. Stop watching Oprah. But she's just like, I'm glad I don't have that problem. And then Marilyn walks in wearing the outfit she's wearing, but I'm like, to me, that's not cross-dressing at all. Like, I mean, yeah, she's wearing something that I guess a guy would wear, but also women wore them all the time back in the 80s. So Marilyn walks in and she's like, well, at least not
Yeah.
gay.
Yeah, which is distasteful. Herman calls. He's like, "Is that Eddie?" And he comes out. I came home early to talk to him. My last customer is only 3 feet under.
Yeah.
And reminding everyone that the whole reason Marilyn came in was to smooth things over when the subject came up. She chickens out when Lily brings it up, and Lily like threatens to ground her, and she's like, "What?" And this is where I noticed this thing in the background. What is this thing behind Lily with its arms crossed? I thought it was the mummy at first, but
it's not. It's like a statue type thing because it's made out of there's stone, but then it has its arms crossed over like that. I have no idea what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. So Eddie comes in and Lily
ancestor.
Says, yeah,
Grandma Munster.
Maybe maybe in this version she's still making busts of stuff.
Yeah.
So Eddie comes in and Lily says he looks like something from MTV, and Eddie takes that as a huge compliment.
Really? Cool.
Yeah. He asks how it went with his parents, and Marilyn tells him purple goes great with his eyes.
Oh no, I'm seeing here now with a closer image. The medallion he has on right here in this scene is a peace symbol.
Oh. Yeah, we could use some of that today.
I don't understand though the significance of it's like his outfit is like just a hodgepodge of I need different clothes, Mom. Like,
oh, just wait for his next outfit. It's like do you remember the 90s puffy jackets? That's the shirt he wears.
Yeah.
So he yeah. Lily's like, you know, your grandma hand sewed this specifically for you.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, I hate it.
This is where Herman becomes like very strict. He's like, all right, Eddie, it doesn't matter. You're just gonna go up to your room, change your outfit, and that's that.
Yeah, tough. Go change.
And this is it's like the first time you really see Herman be like
a father,
a parent where it's like you got to do this, bro. It doesn't matter what you want.
Dumbest thing that to take a stance on,
especially this, especially this part. But
yeah, Lily is like impressed, and it's like the key is communication, and the look Marilyn gives, I couldn't tell confusion, bewilderment, judgment.
Oh, she was totally judging them. And it was kind of like she was like, oh, wait, did they do this shit to me? Like,
well, I mean, she did try to run away last season.
Yeah.
So, or she's like confused why he thinks that what he said is actually going to work. And Eddie slams his door upstairs.
Right.
Back to school.
Back to the school.
Eddie is. Go ahead.
Oh, go on.
Oh, he's waiting for the girl as two Bulk and Skull wannabes come up and snatch the bag containing his outfit.
It is Bulk and Skull. This one's very skinny, one's very fat. That's so funny.
Yeah, the inner
monologue. Power Rangers reference for people who don't know.
Yes, yeah. The inner monologue starts again, and apparently one of the kids is only still in school because they wouldn't prosecute him as an adult. What the fuck did this kid do? They then begin keep away before Eddie realizes, wait, why am I doing this? I hate those clothes. Whatever, burn them.
Yeah. He like literally just gives up. He's like, I don't care, whatever.
Yeah. And
But he
then
did
they
have like an inner monologue part 2 where they're like, "What, did your mommy sew these for you?" And he's like, "No, actually, my grandma." Inside his head.
the bullies, sensing his not caring about the clothes, do the one thing that they see is the ultimate punishment and give them back. They tell him it's a pipe dream that a girl would ever be into him unless it's to
Especially,
buy him a milk bone.
yeah, especially that specific one, that specific girl.
Yeah, so then they start squaring off and agree
Mhm.
to fight the next day. Eddie hopes the school burns down overnight and gives up waiting for the girl seconds before she finally comes down the hallway,
Yep.
wondering where he is.
So we'll get to it when we get to the other scene with them.
Yeah,
All right, so then
we're
we
back at
go
home.
back to the house.
The family's enjoying a board game, which is cool because I'm really into board games like for the past 45 years now.
Yeah.
We need a new Munsters board game, by the way. The old ones are not great and very hard to find.
We should make a Munsters RPG board game type thing.
I
Where
don't know if
Maryland's a
that would be good.
succubus.
Spot grumbles missing
roll,
Eddie.
roll the dice and see if Maryland gets the man.
If you roll anything but a 1, she does. Spot grumbles missing Eddie. Herman says he saw him playing frisbee with his own shadow, which is sad.
Very sad.
Eddie sneaks in, but Spot gives him away. Lily and Herman are furious to see him in different clothes again. And the inner monologue begins at home now.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know how to explain his werewolf urges embarrass him. Herman asks him to be open like he used to with him. Talk to him like he's a buddy. And then begins using slang, which is the worst thing any parent can do unless they're purposely trying to embarrass their kid. Myke. Eddie thinks about how he reads one.
What?
Oh, that was the reaction I was hoping for. Finally, something lands. Audio listeners, you missed out.
I am a very hip, chill, cool cat parent, sir.
No cat? I'm not a parent, so I don't get embarrassed. Other than saying stupid things.
I mean, I don't get embarrassed.
I do feel embarrassed. I lied. And he thinks about how he read one article and now he's an expert. Herman, Eddie just goes, I want to fit in. I want to be like Marilyn.
Mm-hmm.
And Lily comes out and Herman, he wants to be like Marilyn. Eddie just gives up on having the conversation entirely and tells him, look, I'm not changing.
Yeah.
Lily
I'm not changing. I want to dress how I want to dress and be comfortable, basically. And and they're just so worried that Eddie's like trying to like cross dress or something, like because he wants to be like Marilyn, which is
okay. I didn't catch that.
That was the joke of him wanting to be like.
I thought
Marilyn,
it was because
dude.
she's the ugly duckling in the family.
Well, they haven't made those jokes in this series, so
no, they haven't.
Yeah,
that's great, actually. Thank God.
But the whole like between the spot where Oprah is doing the cross dressing thing to then moving
that
into
didn't connect.
this.
I immediately went to old show.
Oh yeah.
Lily's like, I don't know what to do with him, and Herman says we have to love him regardless, which now makes way more sense with what you said. And Lily's like, sure, or we can lock the door and raise the drawbridge.
Which, I mean, I'm not against like certain aspects of their parenting, but they're picking the wrong fight for it. You know what I mean?
Wrong molehill.
Like the clothes is not the battle for this type of parenting. That's the type of parenting you do for like other types of activities that the kids decide they're gonna try and do.
Like his attitude.
Like his fucking attitude. Smack that shit out of the kid.
So we are in the lab for the first time, I believe, this season.
Allegedly smack the shit out of the kid. Let's say that.
Leonard is perplexed by some readouts.
Yeah, we get him. He's got his like hand on his head and he's
Yeah.
shaking his head. And yeah, it's funny. Be a
Eddie
nice little
come,
spot.
which I think last week we accidentally called the skeleton Stanley, which Stanley was the rat.
Yeah, Stanley's the rat.
Yeah, we were sitting there like, what was the rat's name again?
Yeah.
We're saying the damn rat's name. Eddie comes down and asks what's going on, and Grandpa's like, the machine ate every spell known to man, and since the beginning, he even lost
Mm.
that one. I even shrunk myself down and went inside. It's all Japanese.
Which is Grandpa Mrs. Frizzle now? Miss
Yeah,
Frizzle?
like, you gotta love back in the day when the everyday person didn't understand how computers worked, let alone the internet. Eddie offers to help.
Well, I mean, 89, not many people actually got to use the internet in the
Well, no,
80s.
but I'm saying it continued into with the internet. It was a great time in the 80s and 90s with computers.
Actually, when did
Floppy
they
disk could
release?
save the universe. Did you know that?
They still can, sir.
Yeah.
Floppy disks have everything on them.
Floppy disks are like the lowest amount of space. You could get more on a tiny thumb drive now.
Don't care. They saved the world many a times.
Grandpa just stares at him and asks what's wrong. And he's like, why are you asking? You don't volunteer to help with anything unless something's bothering you. He's like, do you want to talk about the birds and the bees? No. The vipers and the vultures? Eddie just looks at him and says, please, don't.
He's
And
like, just stop.
Yeah. Grandpa demands to know what then? Eddie's like, well, did your parents ever make you wear a purple suit to school? And Grandpa's like, I wish. When I was in school, those were all the rage, and my parents wouldn't let me. I forget what type of costume he says he wore, but it was all like frills.
Yeah, he was talking about it seemed like something very like Draculan that he was wanting to wear.
Victorian.
Yeah. I said Draculan because I think of Dracula because he's a vampire, but yeah.
Eddie then asks, "What he's wondering? What am I going to look like when I grow up?" Which is a very good question.
Yeah, and Grandpa's like, where did I put that note? Where is it? Oh, with any luck, you'll look like me.
Mm-hmm.
With no luck,
No
you'll
luck,
look like your father.
Yep. And Eddie's like, I just want to fit in. And Grandpa's like, well, that's easy. Just do it. He's like, every full moon, just lock yourself away.
Yeah, just lock yourself up.
The rest of the month, no one will know.
It's what they did in Buffy. They had the dude just lock himself up. Seth Green's character was the werewolf, and he just lock yourself up every full moon.
Yeah, that was the solution in Harry Potter too.
Yeah.
But he's like, what do I do about my parents then? And Grandpa's like, start a rock band in the garage. Clothes will be the least of their problems.
Right.
And I really love the closeness these two have really shown the past couple episodes.
Dude, I love this scene in general, like between the interaction between him and Grandpa, but also like the colors in the background. It's just, I
have a note on that later on in the episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then before he takes off, like Eddie asks him, did any of the kids like, laugh at you or anything? And Grandpa's like, only once. And he gives him a smile, and I'm like, holy shit, did Grandpa kill all of his classmates?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. He also found all the spells. It was in the backup directory.
Yeah.
And Grandpa's like, thank you for saving me a week. We're back at school. The girl calls Eddie over and she apologizes for being late. A teacher held her up. She didn't stand him up. She tells him,
he's like, great, the teacher's taking her away from me now. Get your own woman. This is funny.
He's getting very protective, like a dog. She tells him he doesn't have to fight, and they have a nice moment together. The bullies arrive, and apparently his new girlfriend has been hyping up the fight to the bullies.
Yeah.
And he takes his jacket off, and they square off. Before they begin, Eddie dedicates this fight to his grandfather.
Yep.
And then we cut the scene.
Which, this is where my question is. Eddie should literally be able to rip this kid apart, right? Like,
yeah.
He's got werewolf strength and all that fun stuff, so...
Imagine if he was still on that muscle potion.
Muscle juice, yeah.
Yeah. So now we're back at the house where Herman and Lily are having antacids in beakers.
Yeah.
Lily says they need to be more tolerant and just face facts that he's growing up. Eddie comes in all disheveled, takes a deep breath before they ask him what's up. Eddie then lists some stuff off for him. He just picked a fight with two biggest bullies in school. He's going to wear what he wants. He has a girlfriend who is really hot. Lily begins to lunge for him Homer Simpson style before Herman grabs him.
She tries to kill him, bro. Like she was just like
she has the scariest look on her face.
And then Herman's just like, okay,
That's very nice.
That's very nice. Good for you. We're very proud. And he's like, really? Really? What? And he runs away
and
up to his room.
Slam back onto the couch, exhausted, and drink their Alka-Seltzer tablet water.
And is it me, or it might just be that the episodes are in better condition for this season, but is it me that Herman seems more vibrant in this season?
We are about to get to my point in the thing. We're in the final scene now. Marilyn, Herman, and Lily are sitting around a table. Marilyn asks what it's like when Lily was younger and if she had a boyfriend.
Hold on. First of all, this show has like this episode has like 3 separate endings, by the way. You have the school ending, then this one where we thought they were sitting down back with the Alka-Seltzer
and
crap.
The executive producer pops up.
And then we get this last ending. I was like, what the it's like a Zack Snyder movie.
So Marilyn asks, did Lily have a boyfriend when she was younger? The look on Herman's face was priceless. Lily begins telling her story. Now, this is what stood out to me. Are they in new clothes?
Herman is.
Yes.
Lily is.
I feel like she's in something. I feel like we saw it last season, but it's different than what we saw in the last couple episodes.
She's out of her purple dress and in a green dress. And I noticed that, and I wrote that as one of my notes too. I was like, it's kind of like Eddie almost rubbed off on them about changing their wardrobe up a little bit by the end.
I actually thought of this a day after watching this episode in the car. I feel like these 3 episodes, even though they're kind of out of order, I feel like they're showing a slow transition for this show where they're kind of getting away from more of the traditional Munster values and moving them even more into modern day.
Right.
And I'm curious if that's going to continue.
I'm just curious what dead body Herman took the jacket off of.
But she dated the captain of the jousting team. He was lovely.
Sir Robin.
Herman's like, are you kidding me? You couldn't tell the difference between him and his horse. A group of concerned citizens welded his visor shut so you couldn't see his face. Or didn't have to see his face, sorry.
Yeah.
Eddie then begins playing rock music.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right.
And Grandpa comes out of nowhere dancing in the kitchen, and this is so awesome.
While Marilyn is doing this in the chair.
Yeah, she's and they're covering their ears.
Yeah.
Lily's like, it sounds like someone's being tortured. And Herman's like, yeah, me. Grandpa inserts himself now and says, lighten up. When he was in Eddie's age, he played in a band too. They could really rock. One day they brought the house down.
Grandpa's dancing is totally not in tune with the music, but
he's so like supportive of his grandson. It's great.
Yeah.
They brought the house down.
Yeah.
And Marilyn's like, where were you playing? The House of Usher, which is very topical. Because that show just came out and I'm never going to watch it, but it's funny.
Did it just drop? Or recently?
Like
it's been out.
It's within a year.
It's been out. Okay.
And then we freed him on Grandpa and Marilyn boogieing. But I just love Grandpa coming out of he's just not in this scene at all. They cannot get away from this old man.
Yeah. No, it's cool, man. All right. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, I thought you were continuing talking. You just stopped.
Oh, no, I was done.
Okay. It was kind of like a hard cut. Like I almost cut the audio, but I clearly didn't. I'm just going to let people know that right now. Tivis just stopped talking
My thought was finished, so my brain stopped.
mid noise and it just.
Dude, the other day, my brain switched sentences midway through talking through a sentence to one of my coworkers, and they're
Yeah.
like, "What?" Like it, yeah.
That's funny. Um, do you want me to go first or you want to go first for final
Uh,
thoughts?
you can go first. Why not?
Okay. Uh this season of the Monster Cast, Mike goes first. Uh so yeah, no, I thought this was it was an interesting episode. Like I texted you as I was watching. I had just started it, and the whole out of chronological order thing got me, and I was just like, I'm so annoyed already. And that was before we got to some of the other parts where I'm just like, the second grade, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
So clearly they're getting away from the fact that it is a story based off of the original series. They're out of that already. I mean, we started seeing that by the end of the first season anyways, with some of the stuff they would talk about. Um I I do like, I guess, the confirmation, the verbal confirmation within canon episodes that Eddie is a werewolf, so we all know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many people are going to take that to heart with the original, like Butch Patrick Eddie, though, because everyone's like, oh, he's a vampire, he's a werewolf, he's a vampirf, vam wolf. I don't know, vam wolf. Uh, so yeah, there's a lot in this episode that definitely brings out more of the characters. It shows that how uh, Lily is definitely a mother who does not want to let go. And clearly, I'm seeing that right now with my wife as our kid is starting to date. So, and then there's a lot of Herman is just trying these like self-help book type things, and I'm just like,
Oh
when did
yeah,
Herman stop reading just joke books and started reading other stuff? Because
that's a joke we omitted from this, but he apparently read one magazine from Parent Help
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Um, so yeah, I mean, the fact that Eddie is trying to branch out and be more independent, trying getting away from like the older style because he's realizing the world that he's living in is a little different, is cool. And he wants to be able to not just fit in, but feel comfortable with what he's doing within
Mhm.
the world. And that's awesome. Because whereas before, I mean, granted, like Butch Patrick's Eddie was like supposed to be 10 years old, so he was kind of just trying to find his footing in the world being alive in the first place.
Yeah,
This one, he's supposed to be like a teenager, right? Going through like puberty and stuff like that.
yeah,
So like 12 or 13, something like that. I don't remember when guys hit puberty. It depends on the person, I think.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, and then the episode, like, as a Boy Meets World fan, I really enjoyed the school stuff, so the school aspect of it. We don't really get a whole lot of Eddie centric stuff, especially with other kids. A lot of Eddie centric stuff is like Eddie with Grandpa episode or Eddie with Herman episode. It's not like here is Eddie actually interacting with other kids and how he's treated and how he treats them and stuff like that. So it was cool to
yeah,
see that stuff all in one episode. And then of course the wardrobe change at the very end for uh, Lily and Herman is kind of like, oh, is Eddie wearing off on them? So it's kind of
mhm,
like, did everybody learn the lesson, even though we didn't get that whole heartfelt, it doesn't matter what you wear, it doesn't matter what you look like type vibe from this episode. It seems like it's an evolution that's coming within the characters. So there's a lot in this episode to break down for sure. I'm sure I'm missing lots of stuff in it too, but the
mhm.
biggest point is Grandpa is related to Miss Frizzle because he likes to go inside of things.
It's Magic School Bus reference for anyone who'd never watched that as a kid.
Yeah. All right. Your turn, bro. What do you think?
Uh, yeah. The continuity stuff really bothered me because I'm a continuity fiend. I love when stuff references itself and just builds upon what already exists. That's why I'm so against soft reboots in the middle of things. But overall, this was
try being a fan of the horror industry. They don't give a shit.
Yeah,
Just change it up anyway.
this was a really enjoyable episode. I had like just between seeing the school from this perspective, I hope that comes back.
Mm-hmm.
And then the parenting stuff from Herman and Lily. I wish Marilyn had a little more to do in this episode, but the connection between Grandpa and Eddie that's continuing to grow.
Right.
Just overall, it was really great in so many aspects. And like I said, I feel like these 3 episodes have been a transition for the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm curious to see where this goes the rest of the season.
Yeah.
I obviously they can't keep putting Jason Marsden in that outfit. He's Jason Marsden.
Yeah. And the spiked hair looks better on him,
Eddie.
just like from a facial perspective. And he's an older kid as well in this than Butch was as playing Eddie. So the spiked hair actually works better, I feel. Especially if we're confirming that he is a werewolf,
Yeah.
And
And that's another thing I love. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I love how his pointed ears are more pointed now. It's kind of
I
like
didn't notice that.
as he's getting older within the show, the ears get more pointier, showing another step of evolution within his werewolf genes. So,
And I love how self-aware he was in this episode with it. Like, I have these animalistic urges because I'm a wolf.
Yeah.
I'm the son of a Frankenstein, which is such a weird comment and makes me ask so many questions. It was a really good episode. Like when I got done with it, I was like, man, I cannot wait for Saturday to come.
So here's the thing.
We record on Saturdays.
Yeah. The Saturday morning cartoons. Here's the thing though. The whole argument about whether Eddie or Herman is Eddie's biological father, whatever, regardless of the fact that it's written into the show, it's his freaking dad, it doesn't matter. Yeah. If you think about it in the aspect of Herman just has random parts, there's no way we don't know that there's not a werewolf gene somewhere within his body.
I mean, literally in the original episode, he gets hairy hands for 3 episodes for no reason.
Yeah. So there's plenty of in canon stuff that you can just be like, oh yeah, maybe his penis was freaking a werewolf penis. We don't know. Like, I don't fucking know, man. Or maybe Lily and maybe Grandpa hooked up with a werewolf because we did have Lester is a werewolf, so there's got to be some kind of werewolf genes within the families there. Which if he hooked up with a werewolf, we had a werewolf, and then he had Lily, and she has to be carrying it too if it's the same mother.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. And the question that he asked Grandpa of what am I going to look like when I'm older? Such a great question because vampire mom, dude, put together by a bunch of people.
Bro, I hope we get an episode that's like Teen Wolf style with Eddie. Where he's wolfed out. You know what Teen Wolf is, right?
Yeah, that would be great. I've never seen it, but I'm aware of it.
The Michael J. Fox run?
Oh, wait, is that the one? No.
Where he plays
I'm thinking of the one that used to play on Fox Family with the high school werewolf guy.
Yeah. Well, Michael J. Fox was the original Teen Wolf.
Okay, this might have been a
movie. It was a movie before they did like a show not that long ago too, like a CW.
Not that long ago. I was like 8.
Well, I don't remember. I don't know. Time is nothing when you're super old.
It's over 20 years ago.
Awesome, man. So those are your final thoughts then?
Yeah, I'm so excited. Each episode just makes me more excited for the next.
Yeah.
What is the next one?
The next
Let's get into our
episode is
prediction. Damn it.
Murder in Munsterland. I have no idea what to predict for
I'm
this.
gonna guess murder mystery.
I was thinking that, like a Clue type episode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That would be
yeah.
fun.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That would be a great Addams Family crossover.
It was
Like they
Thing.
go to a party and it's a murder mystery. And they each pair off.
It was Thing in the library with the chisel.
Yeah. It's a shame that'll never happen because these two studios will never work together. I'm actually shocked that WBD and Disney made a deal for comics.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, next week, Murder in Munsterland. I would like to, when you watch this, if you listen to this, whatever, comment and say what you think that the Murder in Munsterland episode is going to be about without going to the internet, of course, people.
And if you do know, don't spoil it.
Yeah, definitely don't spoil it. Frank, we're talking to you.
Yeah. He's real good about that though.
Yeah. So I think that's it. Any final words, dude?
I just continuing to enjoy myself talking with you, my friend, about this really great show that we're experiencing for the first time. This is just such a good time. A show
they need what
30 to make
some years old.
Yeah, they need to make this box that more people should experience this show. Like it blows my mind that it's so hard to find.
And it's crazy too because it's got the Emmys and stuff like that. It's like, why? If honestly, if your show had like Emmys or even Emmy nominated, it should not be hard to find or get a hold of. So
yeah.
With that said, guys, you can also, of course, go to the Patreon, get on there, and we have those in Discord if you want to watch along with us. That's not what you're paying for though. So
yeah.
But yeah, yeah, dude, I've been enjoying going through this, getting back into the swing of things. Doing these last 3 episodes is awesome. I did not want to get out of bed this morning. I will be honest, but I was like,
I'm so
what?
tired.
I want to talk about the episode before I get my day going because I have a very long day.
We didn't get home from the movie until 10 last night. I'm so tired.
Oh, really? Jeez.
Yeah,
that's fun.
Oh no, Mike's dying. Thank you, listeners, for continuing to support us, spreading the word for the show, leaving this comments. One thing we forgot to say at the front of the show.
What's that?
Nice guy or Scott, you may remember he was on the show last year. He sent us an email. Daniel Roebuck is scheduled to be at the Monster Bash this year.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Which we'll talk about that. We'll get like a banner or something going up.
Yeah,
as it gets closer to it. Probably, when is it? June, right? I believe.
Yes, I believe June.
Yeah.
I'll look up the exact date. I haven't been doing that. I should do that more.
We'll get that information out, and we'll also post it to our socials as well, too, for everybody who wants to go and hang out with Daniel and all the other great guests that are going to be at that show too, if you're in that area. So
and if you do go, tell him we said hi.
Yeah, definitely. All right, man. I mean, I guess with that said, we will catch y'all next time as we take another stroll down 1313 Mockingbird Lane.
I want you to learn is it doesn't matter what you look like. You can be tall or short, or fat or thin, or ugly, or handsome, like your father, or you can be black or yellow or white. It doesn't matter. What does matter is the size of your heart and the strength of your character.